Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and as per usual, we're going to start off on the same way we always start off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
Hey everybody, Keith Simpson here from Norel Toyota. Just a quick chat about the wonderful community we live in here. As you guys know, we support the Oil Barons. We've done the drive-in movie theater. We're involved in the marathon here in Fort McMurray, and make sure we're taking care of the kids and all the local businesses, all the local charities, and all the local foundations, guys. That's what makes this community such an amazing place to live.
All right, and we are back. As you can see, I'm not on the set of the Mac City Morning Show. I am at Father Merc High School up in Thickwood, where I went to school, and we are hanging out in the Robotics lab. Now, as you know, I don't introduce my guests because they can do a better job at that than myself. So, sir, can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
I'm Tanner Zachkweich. I'm a member of the 5760B robotics team here at Father Merc. I have done robotics for 6 years, and I'm a grade 12 student, so this is my last year.
Wow, that's exciting. That's a long time. So how has your robotics career went in regards to traveling, winning, losing? What's it look like over that 6-year period?
All over the place.
Okay.
Because my first year, I was learning, lots of things, as you can expect, go wrong.
Yeah.
But it's those little victories when you're first starting out, those make a world of a difference, because knowing that you've done something and it works, you're motivated to come back the next year, try again. You've got another thing working, maybe something else doesn't work, but you just keep coming back year after year, and then eventually you get to the point that we are now going to Texas.
Nice. Now, with all that experience that you bring to the table, are these competitions that you go to the same type of competitions every year, or do the skill exercises that they give you, are they tweaked a little bit from year to year?
They're always tweaked in some way, but you can typically find a general theme within the game. So like they might have a shooting game of some sort, so you know what kind of design you might have to make for a shooting game, but the specifics of how you need to score your points, that will change every year.
Okay. Now, 6 years in the game now, I have to ask, because we got a little bit from your friend in regards to there are different roles. Have you jumped around and tried out different roles in the team, or have you found something from like the get-go when you were a rookie that you said, okay, this is what I like, this is what I'm sticking with?
I found my main role in the team, but I've been able to bounce around. So my very first year, I was a builder for our robotics team, and my entire year was just spent trying to make the best possible robot I could through designs and failures. And then it's in those kind of moments of need where I need to get something done, I'll step in if I need to. And I learned how to program, and I've done a bit of everything here.
Okay, all right. So we have two robots here with us right now. We have this bad boy that you're taking to Texas next week to compete, and then we have this monster behind us. So we learned a little bit about this little one. Can you tell me what this bomb machine looks like? What is it? What does it do?
Exactly what you said it was. It is a police robot.
No way.
Yeah. It was a donation about 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay.
It was decommissioned, and they didn't have anywhere to give it other than scrap, so they know we have a robotics program here, and they donated it.
That is so cool. So when you say they, what police department gave this to you? Like, it can't be Fort McMurray's police department. It was? Edmonton. Oh, Edmonton's, okay. Oh, so with a robot like this, what usage did you guys have for it? Was it something that you could just play around with or dissect? Like, what did you do with this bomb machine?
We've done a few things with it, because we've had like classes come in, they'll work on the robot, they'll do some maintenance on it, try to see how everything works.
Right.
But then we'll also, we'll have groups drive it around the school, and like when we used to have pep rallies in the school, we'd bring this in front of everyone and kind of show it off, like, look at the stuff we have.
Oh, wow, that is so cool. What a great opportunity to actually see something that is utilized in real life.
Yes.
Okay, now I waited way too long in the other show to talk about this, but you guys are losing some sponsorship this year.
Yes.
We're not going to go into who is pulling out, because hey, you know what, that's all right. but you guys are looking for some sponsors out there to help you guys continue to fund this program, because obviously trips, robots, metal, not cheap. So if there's people at home, like, what are you guys like really looking for? How can the community and maybe some companies help support you?
The big thing would be to just ask around, see what's available. If you know someone who owns a business, that can be a huge help. Even just a little bit here goes a long way in terms of buying us parts. And even if, you know what, if you have a kid, show them robotics, they'll be interested in it. And that way everyone in the community can become invested in this.
That's awesome. And so you guys do a bunch of fundraising as well, from bottle drives to what other kind of activities do you do?
Bottle drives is the big one.
Right.
We do recycling around the school every year. And then we've kind of bounced around. Like for public events, we've run coat checks before, so that's just a simple way to make money. Here in the school, we run a cafe every Thursday, so people can come buy food from us, and hopefully we can make some money from that too.
Okay, so if there's any companies out there throwing summer parties or Christmas parties, you guys are willing to go and do the coat checks for them?
Yes.
Okay, right on. Now, you said you're in grade 12, so this is your last year.
Yep.
So post-secondary, what are you thinking?
I've been accepted to Calgary for a major in electrical engineering, and I also want to get a minor in computer engineering.
Wow! What post-secondary institute in Calgary?
University of Calgary.
Oh, very cool. Why'd you pick Calgary?
They let me choose both of my engineering passions to take at the same time.
Very cool. So throughout your career here at Father Merc, is this one of the only clubs that you had participated in, or was there some other stuff?
I've been a robotics nerd for a very long time. It's when you're committed to this as much as some of the people are here.
Yeah.
This is your life. You're spending hours here every day, and it's really just a labor of love. You want to see yourself do good. You know the work you need to do. You're willing to put those hours in to do it. Okay.
So for some of the younger viewers that might be watching this, or individuals who are potentially coming to Merc over the next few years, what are the criteria that somebody who wants to join robotics needs to have?
Be willing to learn. We won't say no to anyone as long as they have the passion to try things out, do new things, and just overall be willing to learn from their experiences here.
Okay. And as far as team sizes, this is a question I definitely should have asked last time, but like, how many people are on a team?
There's a rough area which we find is pretty good. About 5 people works nicely, because with too many people, you can find at competitions there's not enough jobs for everyone. So you got people sitting around, people just kind of sitting back while other people are panicking over something going wrong.
That's right.
But with too few people, one person could be trying to do 3 jobs at the same time.
Right.
And that just makes everything a lot harder.
Right. Okay, because you're a vet, I got a really good question for you here. So there's currently 4 teams.
Yes.
And I have to assume, because your partner in crime that I just spoke to, you guys are on a team right now. He's 1 year younger than you, but you guys have been in the same robotics club for a few years now. Have you been on the same team with the same group members throughout, or have your teammates changed?
They've changed. When I was in grade 7 to 9, it always changed. Once I hit grade 10, we pretty much just found our set team.
Right.
Because obviously numbers change as people come and go.
That's right.
And then we also just found a group that worked awesome together.
Right.
And we just stuck with that and we made it work.
Okay, I'm so glad you said that. So now that leads into my next question. There's got to be internal rivalries, like with old teammates and different robots internally. How does that dynamic work with you in your high school career? Because you're literally going to class and building robots side by side, somebody that you're in competition with.
Rivalry is a bit of a weird term, because it's always, especially here in the school, we're always going to need something from another team, no matter what it is. If it's an opinion or some help building something, we can't really hold grudges or anything. Like, oh, you beat us in that finals match, but I need to borrow something from you. Can you please hand it over?
That's exactly it.
Yeah. So it's a lot of just, it happened, you have a very good robot, we're going to do our best to be as good as you and possibly better.
That's awesome. That's great, because you would hope that would be the kind of environment that you guys are fostering.
Yeah.
Right on. So in Father Merc, how many people do you have? Like, and I know it probably varies year to year, but how many people are in the program in total, like any given year? Just a rough average.
Roughly between 20 to 30.
20 to 30. Wow, that's huge. That's really good.
Yeah.
And Tom was telling me that you actually have some people who do media for you as well. Now, are they part of like the robotics crew, or are they part of the media club and they just come with and support?
In robotics, they're part of the robotics crew. They do media for other things throughout the school. But when they're here for robotics, they do an amazing job. They're invested in everything. They're more than willing to help out. Like for our Worlds trip, they've helped us design a bunch of pins. They've redesigned our logo. We have little trading cards. We have little strategy boards so we can plan things out.
Oh, very neat.
They do a ton of work for us. So for them, it does kind of become a full-time job if they aren't doing anything else.
Cool. Now, I just don't know. So you're just gonna have to answer the question. Is Father Merc the only high school that has has robotics?
No.
Do all the other schools have?
Not all of them. Westwood
does?
And McTavish is just going to be starting up next year for a serious club.
So do you guys get to like compete against them for like Challenge Cup and stuff?
Yep. So like when we have the tournaments here in town and in the province, we'll see some of those guys. They might come with us on the same bus, or we'll just see them at the competition. So it's nice being able to work against and with teams from your own town.
Yeah, so it's definitely a sport that is growing in Fort McMurray if they can facilitate 3 schools in total having it.
And the hope is always that more schools can see what we're offering, notice that it's a really positive program, and hopefully get more students invested in it.
Yeah, no doubt. So I had a question that I didn't really flush out the answer to last time. So when you guys get these metal pieces, you're cutting it and you're making like the different designs. And so how are you fabricating this? Is this something that you like utilize the welding lab for? Is this something that you have a machine in-house that helps you cut? Like, how are you physically manufacturing this?
This is nice because this is one of the main things I do on this robot. In the welding shop, we have tons of different tools to cut these things. So like, if something's on the robot, we have different methods of cutting it. But it's all just, we lay out what we want to do, we take the metal, we mark it, and then we'll just cut it, whether it's power tools or hand tools. We just do everything ourselves.
That's awesome. Okay, and then let's go into the wiring. So this is like, I don't understand, it's kind of crazy to me that you guys learn so much stuff with this. So you're learning how to fabricate metal, you're also learning how to like program, you're learning how to do wiring. So additional courses that you can take at Father Merc, or is all of this learning that you're doing because of the robotics club?
We have a robotics class here at Merc, and it's dedicated to learning off of these systems. So students are able to interact with these type of robots and devices before they get into competitive robotics, and then they can see, hey, I really like this, I want to try something harder, or not really my thing, but it was cool to try out.
Right, and you can start that as early as grade 7?
Yes.
That's awesome, phenomenal. All right, my dude, that's all my questions I have for you. Nothing but the best of luck to you when you go to Texas next week.
Thank you.
Hopefully you can bring back one of those other banners that you've collected over the last few years. But before I cut you loose today, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug. So you have the mic, the camera, the lights. Have fun.
Shout out to the robotics family here at Father Merc. It's been a fun 6 years here, and I'm really happy to see how everyone does, even after once I go to university.
There we go, awesome. Great. Well, for McMurray with Buffalo, that's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. If you are watching this, please click on one of the links that we have above or below. I don't know where it is exactly. And support this team, please, and thank you, because it's pretty awesome. Big shout out to our sponsor, though, Noral Toyota, Keith, Thad, Nimmer, all the boys and girls down at Noral for supporting us. We really do appreciate your ongoing support, so thank you. I hope everybody at home is having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boss.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.